what are your thoughts on AI and ChatGPT and how that's going to affect auditing? Like, I've used it a bit myself. I don't think it's that useful just yet because, like, I've tried it for toy examples, right? So for toy examples, I put it in there. It's like, oh yeah, I found this bug, like whatever. But if you try to use it on like an actual code base, it just spits out rubbish. So, what do you think about ChatGPT and how that's going to develop in terms of auditing in the future?
Yeah, so first of all, as a judge or as an Immunify sponsor, it's going to be like a nightmare because you're getting a bunch of spam reports, like gibberish spit out from the sort of ChatGPT. So yeah, but actually, it's a very, very interesting technology that we're going to see change entire industries, and it will change our industry also. Like right now we're not even understanding how, but I believe it's going to change in various ways, right? Like the developers are going to start using ChatGPT to generate code more and more, because it's actually very good in auto generating of code. And we're going to have to deal with auto generated code as security researchers. So maybe we need to start figuring out right now where are the soft spots of AI generated code. I can even imagine some like very malicious folks like trying to influence the data where ChatGPT is getting its like learning models from, and like injecting bugs over there and making it spit out vulnerable code. That could be like pretty exciting. But from a developer's perspective, this seems to be like kind of a game changer already. It just like cuts down your dev time. It's definitely not going to like wipe out humans from the jobs, right? Like you still need like people to go over the code and to direct ChatGPT to do the required development, and it's still not good at very complex jobs, right? It's great at building out like boilerplate, like templates and stuff like that, but it won't cover your specific use cases, and you're still going to need good devs. From a security perspective, ChatGPT is just going to be another tool in your toolkit. It's good for certain things, and I'm sure it's going to improve because it's going to be able to mine from so much more data and improve its models. So what we're seeing right now is like it's just like it's pre-alpha of what it's going to be like in the future. So uh, it is going to be able to uncover bugs of increasing complexity as we move forward, but there's always going to be more rare bugs, deep logical bugs that it just won't be able to detect, right? It At the end of the day, it doesn't understand logical, like business logic, what we expect the system to do necessarily. It's really good at finding patterns and issues where, like, maybe forget a modifier or very structured problems. But it can't get inside the developer's head and see if they meant to take an uncollateralized loan or not, right? It's just too business logic-y for it to detect these sort of issues. So uh, I would say that people need to be aware of these advancements and like play around with them and see like what's it good at and what's it not, like right now it's not really ready for, and be ready to use it for like as a tool, but don't count on it and don't be afraid it's going to take over the industry or something like that. It's just going to be there alongside with us.
Yeah. Yeah, you mentioned the soft spots of AI generated code. That is a pretty interesting idea that it's probably going to come into play faster than like ChatGPT finding vulnerabilities. Like the developers are yeah using ChatGPT a lot, I would imagine now. But for auditing, I think it's going to still take some time for it to become useful. But definitely, I agree with you. Like it's going to get better and better. And just a couple of things that I'm using ChatGPT for is just summarizing technical articles into just like a TLDR. Just read it before I dive into like the full text of something, and I can also like ask it specific questions, just paste it the technical article, and just it'll give me some like pretty good answers when I pose like specific questions to it, which I found pretty good. And also to rewrite some code arena reports, like some code arena reports are just not written very well, like even in the final report, and when I read them it's just like, yeah, I don't really get like what it's trying to say here. But you paste that into ChatGPT, actually it gives you back like a proper like a technical writing form, so you can, oh okay, I can understand this report much easier now. So those are like the two things that I'm using ChatGPT
Oh,
for now at the moment.
that's actually a use case I haven't thought about, and I might implement that as well. Like getting it to summarize poorly written stuff to like and consume it in a good, well structured way. Yeah, that could be cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've had some experience with ChatGPT myself. Like I'm always surprised by like the virtual depth it gives you when like you ask them like complex philosophical questions or questions about itself and its own like
Mm.
sentience. So this is really exciting.
Yeah, yeah. Like the first weekend where ChatGPT came out, I pretty much just like spent the whole weekend playing around with it. It's very interesting stuff.
Yeah.